Yo, what is going on, boxing community? It's your boy Raf Calvo, and I'm back with another Raf rant. All right, so I'm gonna try to make this quick because I'm gonna try to roll in the quotes that was said by Canelo, and I'll be adding to that, letting you guys know what I think and who is right and who is wrong. But the chisme, the gossip, all this stuff for this fight is already getting good, and it's just warming up. I'm gonna allow you guys to listen in. Let me know what you guys think. And don't forget that I have more to say after this audio is over.
With you splitting from PBC, then coming
I'm,
back.
I'm very happy to work with everybody. No, I'm happy to work with all Jaime, and he's happy to work with me. And if something happened or something there is for me more important, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be good with Jaime, with everybody. I like to work with everybody, and they know I'm very disciplined. I'm very hard worker, and that's why I can do anything.
Is this true? Let me know if this is true or if people are wrong. Is it true you offered $5 million for a Benevidez fight and then you guys didn't hear back?
No, nothing is true. I don't know
How
where
that came?
yeah. And
I think the dad said, "Oh, they offered us $5 million," and
no, never.
Never.
Okay.
Okay.
Not that I know, and I
Yeah.
know everything.
Question over here.
Yeah, to
Question over here.
piggyback off the offer, were you ever offered anything from Benavidez camp?
Nothing. And who is he for offering me the money?
Right.
Who is he?
It was said that it was 55.
Yeah, but
million.
who is he to offer me? And if he offered that amount, he say that amount I can make with anybody. So that's nothing.
You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't. Maybe. Who knows? But he brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night. The fight on the night. That's it. But if some promoter, not him, because he's nothing to offer me anything.
Canelo, ¿cómo te sientes?
He's nothing to offer me money. I'm the one. So, but if one promoter who I work to, they come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow. That's the only reason I fight with him, because the only thing he brings to the table is 25 more pounds.
Canelo, I think this is a great fight that the Mexican fans are going to enjoy. But is there any pressure to make the fight? We're speaking about Benavidez because you got people
No
like
pressure.
Mike Tyson and
No
even
pressure.
Ryan Garcia. They said if Ryan Garcia said if he was you, he would already fight Benavidez. Mike Tyson said you need to fight him. Is there any pressure?
I don't
in
need
terms
to
of
fight
people?
anybody. I don't need to prove anybody anything, because I remember when this happened with Golovkin, and then it happened with this. So I don't need to prove anything with anybody. So this fight with Jaime Mungia, you need to respectful, because this fight is more important than other fights. So it is what it is. And you remember when you guys asking me for Golovkin, and I fought with Golovkin, and then Callum Smith, and then Billy Joe Saunders, and then Caleb Plant, and then so never is enough for you guys. But I don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. I've been done everything in my career.
So as you guys can see, Canelo Alvarez is going to be answering a lot of questions. The David Benevidez questions is not going to go away, whether they're asking them indirectly or directly, trick questions, follow-ups. This stuff is not going to end here. And it actually works well for this fight, because from what I've seen in the past, Jaime Mungia does not really express himself like Canelo does. He's not someone that's going to be causing drama, causing anything. He's just going to be a silent killer, while the Mexican media or fans are rooting him on, which is what was going on today. Everything was chill, but there was subtle jabs. So let me begin by dissecting the whole David Benevidez thing and the whole Canelo thing. Now, this is my take. This is Raf Calvo's take. Okay, from the research that I have taken upon when it comes to the media and what I've read online, I think they're both playing games, and I think they both have shown that they don't necessarily want the fight at the moment, or the interest is confusing, to say the least. When it comes to the Canelo side, I will say this, because I'm not a huge Canelo fan, but at the end of the day, I don't miss his fights. I watch all of them. So I will say this. I believe him when he says that they didn't offer anything to Benavidez. I believe him. But there's another part that he has the upper hand, which is he doesn't have to answer to the media. So, like, for example, when all this was going on, where Canelo didn't know where he was going, he might leave PBC, he might stay, whatever, Golden Boy, The Zone, Eddie Hearn, all the rumors were swirling. Benavidez got a bunch of phone calls. People were asking him, yo, what's going on with Canelo? Canelo looks like he's ready to fight. Charlo's not going to fight, this and that. I'm pretty sure Benavidez got those calls and he felt like he had to answer them because he wanted the Canelo fight, or he had something to say about that. Canelo is used to this kind of craziness. So what does Canelo do? He puts his phone on silent. So he had 2 weeks to prepare, or 3 weeks or a month to prepare for these kind of questions. Of course, he's going to have the right things to say for his next fight. And look, everything's already signed. The press conference is going on. So the more questions you ask, all it does is add fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, whether he's telling the truth or not, which I do think he is telling the truth, it just helps his narrative. Now there's a narrative coming from the opposite. You know, people are saying that David Benavidez's team wanted rights to the TV money that was coming in. You know, that confuses things. And then Canelo said that there was no offer at all, zero offer to Benavidez. There's people saying that David Benavidez never enforced his mandatory and never called up the BBC and threatened them and said, yo, what the hell's going on? I'm a mandatory. I'm the number one contender for 68. Why is a guy from 60 trying to fight Canelo? Why is Berlanga, who, you know, is not a 68-pounder, how is he in the mix? Like, you know, because he asked those questions to the media, but he's not asking them to the people that matter. You know what I'm saying? So to me, there's like some confusion going on, some games being played. Honestly, I think Mungia is the better option because of the negotiations and the business side. When it comes to the fight, it is a little awkward. It's a little bit of a difficult fight to create. You know, there is some truth to what Canelo's saying. Canelo's like, yo, listen, this guy, he's going to come in 25 pounds and heavier. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Those things matter. But there's no mention of the belt, so I don't like that. You know, they're both kind of like not caring about the belt and caring more about the matchup. The whole statement about Mexicans, that's going to go on all the way till 2024, my friends, because as long as we're talking about Latinos, which is who's in the mix now, Berlanga, Benavidez, Mungia, that's all Latinos. They're going to keep talking about that all of 2024. That's literally my prediction. It's not going to end. That was a bad quote that Canelo put out, and I really think it's going to bite him in the ass later. I think he's going to retract that, and I think he's going to keep trying to fix that quote when he knows that was an ignorant quote. He shouldn't have said it, and he needs to retract it full-heartedly and not just be like, listen, you know, and blah, 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 and try to fix things. No. You said this, change that shit, like, completely. Anyway, let's go to the fight. Let's go to Oscar and Canelo and Jaime Mungia. That's a good fight. I think it's going to be explosive. I don't know who wins. I'm still checking out things. But the resume, it just doesn't show that Jaime can dominate, which is what people want to see from Benavidez, because they see him as like a giant Golovkin. And I don't think that's the case. I just think that he's just stronger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? His skill level was up there, and, you know, he just doesn't fall into that scenario of Canelo fighting people around the 68. Now, The problem is that Canelo fought Bivol, so that's where he has to eat crow, because it's like, dude, you fought Bivol. If you can fight Bivol, you can definitely fight Benavidez. So, it's a revolving door. Both guys seem like they're having issues. I originally said that Canelo was definitely ducking Crawford, and I still think that. I still think that's the biggest fight that boxing could create. But the problem is that when you're talking about two Latinos going to war, bro, that's money. That's just an ATM, just no problem. That's like the treasury right now. You know what I'm saying? They just print that money, baby. But nah, man, this is gonna be different. This one's gonna be different because Oscar is seeing all of these people asking questions. They want to know what is the truth. And they're not going to find out from Canelo because he's only going to give you a part of what's going on. He's also wearing his promoter hat. He's friends with everybody, supposedly, but then he's not friends with Oscar. So there's going to be some bad blood going on here. Because Jaime, from what I can see, he's going to stay quiet. He's got the support from the media. He's got the support from Mexican fans. They're pulling up. His family's pulling up. They're like, yo, we with you, bro. It's gonna get intense because I'm telling you, when we talking about the weigh-in and all of that, and you got Mexican fans from both sides, and they're like still salty about Golovkin because Golovkin had Mexican fans too, bro. And you got the David Benevidez fans. It's gonna get crazy. It's going to get crazy in May. But the biggest factor, I'm telling you, Oscar is not going to hold his punches. He's about to unleash a world of craziness. And watch Canelo open up Pandora's box too and be like, yo, but look what you're doing with Ryan Garcia. Why is that kid out of control? It's going to get crazy. So it's novela time, my friends. It's time to sit back, enjoy your popcorn, because it's about to get good. Regardless if we don't get to see David Benevidez. Because like I said, David Benavidez didn't enforce the WBC. He didn't plug in what he needed to plug in. And naturally, that guy is supposed to be at 75. Still doesn't mean that Canelo shouldn't be denying the fight, because that's a big fight. The money part, I don't know. Canelo also mentioned in another quote that there was like, if it was 150 million, whatever, or 200 million that was on the table for Benavidez, I would have taken it. I mean, I don't even know how to express. I don't even know how to combat that, because the thing is, that fight, it was worth a lot of money. I can't give you an X amount, but it was worth a lot of money. I don't know if that money could be found somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But there's still no mention of the belts. That to me, in boxing, I always follow both the money and the belt. In this situation, where Canelo's like a unicorn at 68, it's just all talks about the money. And I feel like that's just a bad way to do business when it comes to being a champion. But when it comes to being a face, that's kind of how it is. That's how Floyd was. There was no mention of the belts when he fought Pacquiao. And that's how Pacquiao kind of got that mandatory done, because he followed all the traditional ways by suing and doing the whole belt thing and mandatory stuff. That's what Benavidez need to do. But since Benavidez is not doing that, then that's all they're going to talk about is the money. And since you haven't made that kind of money, sorry, David. Jaime's been very calm and patient right there. He's the easy option. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what Canelo has said in the past. So it should be interesting. Like I said, grab your popcorn. Grab a lot of popcorn, a lot of butter. Do whatever you got to do. Whatever snack. If you vegan, whatever you got to do. Grab your blunt. Grab your drink. Grab your water. Work out. Do your thing. Because guess what? This is all just getting started, my friends. There's going to be a mixture of quotes going on, a slew of BS. There's going to be a lot of sideshows going on. I promise you, because Oscar, anything that has to do with Oscar and Canelo is going to get crazy. And then I also want to mention that when it comes to May 4th, that's a Mexican holiday. People wanting to know what's going on. It's gonna get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I wanted to mention that I'm almost forgetting is that the whole thing with Mungia, it's starting to look like a good fight. Like when you see the face off, you see what's going on. You see that Freddie Roach is in the mix as well. There is some possibilities there for a decent fight. It's not a horrible fight. It's just, it's not Benavidez. Now again, Jaime Mungia is not Berlanga, at least that. And he's fucking definitely not Jamal Charlo. You know, so with that said, bros, what do you think is gonna go? How do you think this is gonna go down? How do you feel about the whole negotiation tactics that Canelo's taking? The media, they're not gonna stop. Oh yes, I wanted to say this. Shout out to Marcus Viega from Fight Hub, and everybody in the scrum. I love all those guys because they do hard. They work hard. You know, KO Sports Boxing, Chicana Boxing. I'm forgetting one. AS News. All those guys. But Marcos Viega, he asked a question. It just sounded like kind of like a trick question. Now, if you rewind this audio that I'm recording right now, if you rewind it, he said that David Benevidez offered $5 million to Canelo, which is not exactly how it happened. It was reverse. It was Benevidez said that Canelo offered $5 million to Benevidez. Now, honestly, at first I was like, yo, why is he asking the question like that? Like, that's not how it went down. And even if it was a mistake, it was beautiful that he asked it that way. Because even though that's not how it went, it got Canelo to come out with emotion and tell somewhat of what it seems to be the truth to him, to Canelo. To be like, yo, nah, bro. Who was Benavidez? This and that. Nah, I never offered him nothing. I didn't call them at all. It was almost like a fuck them kind of deal. And to me, this was the biggest factor right here. Canelo really showed his feelings when he said this. He was like, could it be a good fight? Could it be a big fight? Maybe. But I don't really care for it. Or I don't really want to do business with them. Or I don't really... When he said the maybe, and then he was just like, nah, but fuck him. It was so like, wow. The negotiation just turned him so salty that he's just like, I don't even care to get to work with this dude, And I think he doesn't even think about the boxing aspect to it, or the belts or any of that stuff. He's just mainly like saying like, nah, if he doesn't want to do business, then the hell with him. So if that's what's going on, you got, there's people saying that David Benavidez's team deleting tweets. There's a lot of shit being said here, bros. And like I said, when Oscar opens his mouth and he starts going ham, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop because this is bad blood. You see what I'm saying? Jaime is just chilling. He has the same seat that we have. But when it gets closer to that date, I'm pretty sure he's going to get tired of all this shit. He's like, yo. I'm tired of being here like if I'm in a car seat, like if I'm watching mom and dad argue. It's time for me to show y'all what I can do. So anyways, much love, much respect to you guys. Shout out to all you guys, anybody that's listening. I respect you guys. I love talking boxing. I'm going to continue to do my homework on all this. And obviously, there's going to be more fights to happen here. I love what I'm seeing with all the news with Crawford and Tim Tszyu. Him Tszyu, as they're calling him. Him. He's that guy. But he still got to win on next Saturday. So much love, much respect to you guys. Let's try to keep boxing alive. Peace out. And you already know. Subscribe, like, comment. You know what to do. Peace out.